Does more expensive really mean more better? In the long run, we built these Zs with cheap and expensive parts. And the biggest comment from you guys is that our results might not be the same in 5 years. Well, guess what? It's been 5 years since we built these Zs. We're gonna take an in-depth look at our Zs and see which parts have lasted and which haven't. Let's get right into it. We built these things back in early 2019, first as road racers, then we upgraded them a little bit more, and then finally we turned them into drift cars. Of all the cars that we built here at Donut, Low Z right here certainly means maybe the most to me. We've put about $22,000 worth of modifications in this car. The ethos of the Low Z was basically what would a 19-year-old with $15,000 do with a Nissan? And for a long time, it was very crappy. It had very terrible suspension. It had a turbo making like 3 PSI of boost. It was a total rat rod. And now it's only a little bit less of a total rat rod. It's a great drift car, really fun to drive, really forgiving car. So with all that context, let's bring in Shop Daddy Adam, and we're gonna go through these cars piece by piece and see what's held up and see what hasn't. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Nolan.
Let's start, I guess, with the exterior.
You plasti dipped this.
Yes, this was the second time we plasti dipped this car. And honestly, for sitting outside for about 2 years now, underneath the LAX flight path, I think it's held up pretty well.
Really, really well. The carbon, I think honestly pretty good.
Yep, I think so too. I think if we polished this, cleaned it and polished it, it might look even better. This was the Cybon hood.
The headlights not holding up too well.
Yeah, the headlights are super faded. Our Duraflex body kit, we just put this on for show. We usually don't have the front bumper on here because the mounting points, I did not do a great job. And some of them went broke a week before like the COVID lockdowns happened. That's when we took them out to Button Willow, where we did a little track day there. And then they lived in our office indoors, and then we're at the Peterson Museum for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. So, I mean, total time outside for the plasti dip has probably been around 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years, I'd say. The wing is in good shape.
So this Street Faction wing right here, it's held up well, but the clear coat, especially along the edges.
Yeah, you can feel it's porous.
Yeah. Again, I think if we polish this, it could probably look pretty good. It's very solid still. The mounts were gnarly. It just looks so goofy, and I love it.
In the best way possible.
Yeah.
What mirrors?
The Gehnert lookalikes, they suck.
They do. I hate using them when we back up this car. You can't see anything, but they look cool from the outside. I think so at least.
They've definitely started to fade as well. Do not buy these Gehnert mirrors. I mean, maybe the real Gehnert for sure, but not these rip-offs, that's for sure. So overall on the Low Z, the exterior is about what you would expect from a Drift Pig kind of build here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little beat up, but you know, I think if you kept this in the garage for 5 years, you certainly wouldn't have the same sun damage on the plasti dip or the clear coat on these things.
For the price and for what you guys did, I mean, it looks cool on the track. So that's kind of the purpose of this, right?
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but you go out there, you're unique. I mean, look at this color, you get some cool parts on it, awesome. But if you want some really cool parts,
let's go over there. The High Z, opposite philosophy than low car. This is the ultimate baller Z. This is one of the most expensive cars in our lot. Talking exterior wise, this thing is not plasti dip. It's not painted either. It's wrapped, and it has a nice kind of metallic quality to it. It has a Sea West body kit on it, very cool, as well as a wide fender kit on the front. Something we changed on this car, we did wrap the hood because
it was so bad. It was faded, and it lived the same amount of time outside. I was really kind of disappointed in it. This was within like 2 years.
I want to say like 6 months. It was super quick.
Fast.
Delicate parts required delicate care, I think. So we ended up wrapping it, still having the heat extractor cutouts in the exposed carbon where you can see how it's faded. Now there is some hard water dried on here, but like you can look and see that it's supposed to be a lot glossier. This is the second time we've wrapped this car.
Yeah, I mean, wrap is supposed to usually last about 2 years, if we're honest.
Something looks a little off about the hood, you might be saying. Hey, why is it kind of like sitting on top of the car? And that's because
we had a really windy day here in LA.
Yes, and
we came into the office and it looked like this.
Yes, it blew off.
It also broke our windshield,
yeah.
Which that sucks. That's nobody's fault except Mother Nature.
Yeah,
we'll bill her.
As far as the rest of the kit goes, the bumper is still sort of attached.
The actual fitment of it was always pretty good.
And also the integrity of it, like I can like squeeze it and like
it's strong.
It's fine. Headlights.
Great shape.
These are OEM housings. They have held up super well. I'm kind of astounded by that, actually.
I am too.
I would say worth the money, even though it was an exorbitant amount more. If you're building a street car, don't cheap out on the headlights, because you will have to replace them. Just look at the ones on low car. Those look terrible. These still look awesome.
The mirrors.
The mirrors.
We had Gehnert actual real carbon mirrors.
Yes.
And they were also just degraded fully.
So these are the OEM mirrors on here now, and
which I debatably like more.
they're so much better. Moving back here, the C-West wing is in worse shape than our Street Faction wing.
There's ways definitely to take care of it more, but in the end, it is the clear coat that's fading. And if it keeps happening, all you could do is sand it down and recoat it. I mean, it's a great wing,
It's really
fully
cool.
functional in the sense of, you know, they did the testing for it.
It looks
The end
badass.
plates are great, the specific for the Z.
Yeah.
From a distance, it fits the Z so well. Like the silhouette of it is sick.
This car looks awesome. We have some custom taillights back here that have also held up very well because, again, they use the OEM housings and then trick out the insides of them, but they've held up nicely. So exterior-wise, does expensive mean more better 5 years later?
Debatable, you know, like we did have to rewrap it. Carbon, not hold up very well.
The carbon did not, no. If you can afford these parts, you probably have a garage that you can park this car in.
So in the end, more expensive is not really that much better.
Experience luxury. Experience beauty. Experience the Mother's Car Spa and Bathhouse. The therapeutic getaway for your hard-working whip. Certified automotive therapists will give your vehicle the full VIV experience. Pick from a range of therapeutic treatments such as the California Gold Glow Up to get your baby glimmering. California Gold Ceramic Wash and Wax leaves your car clean and glossy. Oh mama! Then California Gold Ceramic Paint Correction exfoliates your car's exterior, removing scratches and correcting unsightly blemishes. Finally, elevate your car's finish with California Gold Ceramic Spray Wax. That's ceramic made simple, baby, and it leaves your VIV with a liquidy, glossy shine.
I brought my van there last fall. It's like a brand new car. That place isn't a car wash, it's a car spa.
Yeah, brother, that's why we called it that. You care for your skin, so why not your car's skin? The paint. Treat your vehicle right and give it that mother's love, mother's polish. It's a spa for your car. Click the link below to learn more.
But Adam, we still have a lot to cover on these cars. Let's hop inside the interiors real quick.
Welcome to my office.
Starting with, we got Corbeau racing seats with some Takata belts. So the seats themselves, you can see there's like some fading on the fabric from the sun. Overall though, there's no tears or anything like that.
No, they're good. They're actually they're a really budget friendly seat. They're known for just, you know, having a little bit wider in the hips area. Wow, you guys really sprung on some belts in here.
Well, we wanted both cars to have equal safety equipment, so they both have the same half cage from Studio RSR. And steering wheel wise, we got an NRG wheel.
That has held up tremendous.
The velour has kind of like been beaten down a little bit, but it's not frayed or anything.
Yeah.
It's held up really well. The shift knob that we had in this car is no longer here. It's been replaced with a Dragon Ball. Definitely powers me up. I don't know if that's the vernacular for that show. We got this Powered by Max handbrake system in here with a lovely cutout job of the OEM center console by myself.
So good.
It looks awesome. But man, this handbrake, yeah, look, it's just a tube that's been kind of anodized.
Yeah.
But man, it feels really good when you're yanking on it. And I do wish we had a shift boot for this Dragon Ball. This is a really hot car.
So hot.
Yeah, because we have now so much exhaust from that V8, those headers get really hot and all of it just gets blown through this tunnel right here into your face. The shift knob gets super hot. That's why we changed out.
Yeah,
that's why we changed out.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
pretty bare bones. I mean,
bare bones.
you know, there's not. Are those your snacks from 2020?
Oh my God, I think so. These are like rock hard.
How much to eat one?
Tristan would eat one of these
Easily.
no problem,
No
but
problem.
I'm not gonna do it. So we've got these custom door cards in here with a ton of pictures from that first season of HiLow.
I mean, the fit, honestly, really good.
It's really good.
And dude, it's sturdy.
Honestly, a really cool modification that I think more people should do to their car, just like personalize their ride and have their boys riding with them.
Yeah, it's
all
cool.
the
I
time.
like it.
It's a really good time. And they've held up fantastically, which is not something that we can say about Hyde cars, door cards when we get there. But overall, really just good utilitarian interior. All right, let's move on to the High Z. Adam, it looks a lot different than I think people remember.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we wanted to go to different events that we could tandem with, so we needed a full cage. So we basically gutted the whole thing and turned it full race car. But at one point, it had an interior. Well, let's start with a wheel. So steering wheel did not hold up as well. And this one, this is the Grajeda Boost Brigade one, which I'm a little sad because I actually really liked this wheel when it came out.
It's a really cool design.
But it's like,
it's fraying really bad.
Off, unfortunately.
We should definitely replace that. How does that handbrake feel?
Yeah, so we got a sticky handbrake in here, and this, I actually like this a little bit better. I like the, the height of it, everything. It's got these bushings at the bottom, so it helps with slop. There's none. This is just literally the leverage moving around. Hearse shifter, because we have an awesome transmission under there.
We got these Sparco QRT R seats.
These are great. I love the feel of them.
They feel really good. They lock you in, really good side bolstering.
So yeah, we've got some ripping. Obviously the driver goes in and out more often, so that's not flattering, so that's unfortunate.
Door cards, let's talk about those.
Oh, you mean the lack thereof?
The lack thereof. We have some carbon door cards that High Team installed, and they're sick, but they did not fit worth in the car. And now that we have the full cage, that would have made it even worse, so we had to take them out. Adam, in your opinion, does more expensive mean more better when it comes to interiors?
I gotta say, no, not in this instance. Just because the steering wheel is just staring at me in the face. No, I think you could still get away with spending a little less and it'll work out for you.
I think so too. All right, so we're inside in the shop. Let's get these things on the lift and check out underneath the cars. All right, so underneath the car here, we'll start with the suspension. Originally, this car came with max speeding rod coilovers. They were $250 for an entire set. They made the car look pretty cool, pretty steezy, pretty stand style, but they were absolutely horrible to drive on the street and at the track. They would bottom out pretty much instantly and did not offer any sort of adjustability. After that first season, director and producer Max took it upon himself to change out the max speeding rods.
Rest in peace, max speeding rod.
For some Megan coilovers, which at the time, I want to say they were pretty cheap too. And these have been fantastic for this application.
Absolutely.
Really great, bang for your buck, budget coilover. We also paired that with some Megan Racing sway bars here. Those are adjustable. I think, honestly, we should probably just disconnect this. I think we had this the second time around where we were still road racing the cars. I would like to maybe next time we go out to ABS, disconnect the sway bar and see if this thing can rotate a little better.
Yeah, disconnect it. Right now it's on the tighter setting, so put it on the looser setting and just mess with it. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Understand what suspension does for your car, right? So. And then for angle, we have the GK Tech steering.
GK Tech,
it's a bolt-on kit. It was super easy. Bang for the buck. Again, really, really good.
Moving back here, we have our CD09 transmission. This was stock to the car, attached to a, I think, ISR adapter plate to the engine. Transmission has held up fantastically.
Oh yeah, the CD09 is notoriously strong.
The exhaust system here, this Y pipe.
That's again another ISR part.
Yeah, and then we have it attached to High Team's former exhaust. This is a Tomei system here. It's got a resonator and a muffler, but it's still extremely loud.
Very loud.
We got some more Megan parts back here. We did this in the second go around, and I'm just doing a little tightness check.
Oh yeah, because they come loose every once in a while.
This one is definitely loose right here. Another thing we've done is broken one of these axles with the added power that we have under the hood. So one of these got replaced recently. The boots are looking good though. Oh,
you welded the diff.
The diff is welded. Brake-wise, we put on these are the OEM calipers with upgraded pads and an upgraded rotor there.
Yep.
With some XXR wheels, and I still love the look of them, honestly. I think for a budget wheel on a Z, these look really good. In the back, we have our handbrake setup, which was a bracket that holds another OEM Nissan caliper in the back. And again, works great.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a good budget setup we got going on here. Let's go check out High Car. All right, here we are underneath High Car.
Ah, yes.
And it's looking familiar, but also more expensive. Let's start with the coilovers up here. Feel.
So yeah, feel suspension with Swift springs. All in all, just a better damper setup. It's more adjustable.
We originally had some KW coilovers on here. And when we were doing the drift kind of transformation on these cars, we also wanted to go with some drift suspension made by people who love drifting. Odi Bakchis, owner of Field Suspension.
He's the man.
He is the man. So we felt it was only natural that we go with his suspension. And honestly, this car rides really great.
It does.
Yeah. So we have the coilovers attached to this WiseFab kit here, this whole angle kit.
The full angle kit, yeah.
Full angle, I mean, dude, it's like the Eiffel Tower in here, dude. It is so nice. It's an amazing piece of engineering.
This thing gets 65 to 70 degrees of angle.
You can do the gnarliest, like get the gnarliest angle in a donut or a drift or whatever, but because you have so much angle because of this WiseFab kit, you can save it and you look like a superhero. We got a white line sway bar up front here. Brakes, let's talk about those. Got 6-piston Willwoods in the front with the multi-piece rotor and all that. It's so sexy, it's so cool.
I know.
It's awesome.
And these wheels, oof.
Yes.
Advan Racing, what a flex.
Yes.
They hold up really well. For the money, I actually really, really like them.
They're really nice. How does this car drive and how is it held up in your experienced opinion?
Honestly, all in all, really well. I like it. It needs tweaking and mess with the suspension and everything, but all the parts, nothing that we've put on has actually failed.
That's awesome.
A lot of the stuff that did fail is like power steering pumps, they blow, things like that. But like the parts we put on, I'm really happy with how they've been holding up.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Transmission.
Ooh.
This is not a CD09. This is a Tremec T56 Magnum, dude.
This thing holds 700 to 750 horsepower. It's awesome. It feels so good when you shift.
You did have an issue a couple months ago.
Our drive shaft just randomly broke. So the drive shaft snapped over here at the yoke, at the input shaft.
Yeah.
Then it rocked around and smacked the shifter plate, which is really far up there. It's a huge CNC piece. It's like this thick, and it bent it like 45 degrees. And since then, something in there went wrong. We changed some parts. Still kind of having some problems, but we'll fix it.
So the engine swap and transmission swap was done via Sykes, same company that made the handbrake inside, and this kit is awesome. It's pretty expensive.
Yes, but the fit was really easy.
Oh.
So this exhaust is a true 3-inch to 4-inch exhaust.
4-inch.
Yeah, our buddy over at Rival Auto Works, shout out to Jason, made this for us. Now this was so expensive. I think this was like $4 grand. It's all vibrant tubing, it's all TIG welded, it's really, really pretty, but man, it just sucks when you scrape it immediately. So that's fun.
So it's a cos diff back here, I believe it's like $800. Works really well.
Back here, this is also WiseFab, but instead of bolting on to the factory knuckle, this entire knuckle in the back is aftermarket. And so this is just purely meant now for drifting. So that's why it gets so expensive.
We had 2 pair of 4-piston brakes back here.
It just, the handbrake was not feeling good. Honestly, I thought quite kind of ignorantly that, oh, these calipers will be fine. You know, they're larger in size, but the actual piston inside was smaller because it was meant specifically for road racing. So it was all about the balance of the car. So when you pull on the handbrake, it wasn't actually clasping the rotor as hard. So a standard 350Z dual piston would actually hold harder. Power by Max actually makes these cool replica 350Z calipers. Swapped out to those, and this thing locks up no problem.
Suspension-wise, underneath-wise, does more expensive mean more better?
I think yes, because the more expensive parts have more functionality, and you're able to take it to a greater level. If you're brand new to things, it does not. Go out there, have some fun, put money into seat time. That's what it's all about. It's about the smiles. So, not the really expensive parts.
Just, you find the cheapest thing and then go like 1 or 2 notches above that for like $500 more, and you're probably gonna get something that will last you and get you around the track.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get these things on the ground and talk about the real star of the show here, things that you guys probably wanna know the most about, the engine swaps. Behold. LQ9 engine. This is our budget LS swap right here. All right, so this is obviously an American V8. This is not what came in the Nissan. What this car had before was the VQ35 V6 engine. In that first season of HiLow, we threw a Maddox turbo on there, an eBay turbo kit, and had a hell of a time going out to New Mexico. It was a nightmare. It made a lot of noises. It was really fun. It was so stupid. Again, that like 19-year-old at Arby's energy. But then we finally decided to swap in this thing. And of course, the big Squidward nose right here. It is what it is. So I think we got this thing for less than $2,000.
Yep.
And we have an ISR kit, swap kit.
Yep.
Put this thing in here. ISR headers. I mean, the whole thing, I think it was like $8,000 for the swap parts. All the swap parts that we got with the engine. We did put a bigger cam in it.
1,000 springs in it.
Yes, that's right. So this thing's making around 400 horsepower,
Yeah.
400 foot-pounds of torque. Breaks the tires loose real easy, and it's really loud. It's fun.
Man, bang for the buck. Again, this is great. You could live on the limiter and it'll probably be fine for a while.
Yeah.
You could boost these things because it's an iron block. They're okay with getting a little bit hot because it's iron, but they'll hold all that boost as well. Honestly, this thing will probably outlive us.
Swapping this engine was pretty difficult. The engine bay in these cars is pretty small. You're putting in a larger engine than was in here and not a lot of space to work with. But, you know, it was pretty worth it. You know, drivability is great, but also reliability has been awesome on this thing. I don't think we've had a single hiccup with this thing. This thing fires up every time and runs like a champ. We do have a bit of a fueling issue right now, right?
Yeah, and that's not really part of the motor. It is just basically something in the fueling, something's going on, we don't know why. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So originally we had a Megan radiator in here when we were doing the road racing setup.
And actually the only reason we changed the radiator, because the sizing, everything was the same, is because of where the spout, the upper neck, was located.
That's right.
We wanted it on the passenger side for ease of routing the coolant lines. This is a universal wiring harness. This was
forgot about that.
insanely cheap. When I put this to cart, I literally thought it was gonna break and it'd be funny in the show. Again, universal for an LS. You run a couple wires to some switches, and I'm actually really happy with this.
I really think this engine will live in this car for the rest of the vehicle's life. It's just the perfect amount of power for what this thing needs to do.
Yeah.
Just runs like a champ. So let's go see what HiCar's working with. All right, Adam, what do we got here?
Hi car, I love this thing so much. This is a full crate engine LS3 6.2 liter aluminum block. This thing is awesome. Cranked out around 500 horsepower. We did nothing to it performance-wise. It left the cams, everything, but we have the sticky headers on here, sticky intake kit, all the goods with that. A little bit larger of a radiator on this one. This is from CSF, and the wiring harness on this, ultra baller. This is from Wiring Specialties. And the idea was, again, since it was a crate engine, it comes with the ECU for it.
That's right.
Plug it in, turn it on, and go.
Yeah.
That's what I was stoked on, and that's not what happened, unfortunately. The OEM ECU had like tons of issues, and we don't know why. It kept locking up on us.
Yeah.
I went through 3 of them. Finally, we ended up just hitting up Link. It's an aftermarket ECU. You could fully tune it. You could control every aspect and ratio of it, and it was able to get the car tuned, and it runs awesome. Can you tell I like this car?
This might be one of your favorites here.
It's easily one of my favorites, yeah.
All right, Adam, we're reaching the end here.
Yeah.
With the biggest mods of all,
Right.
the entire cars, would you say more expensive means more better?
I'm gonna go with no. I think you could save the money and you can get about the same amount of performance and still go out there, have a good time, and debatably be competitive.
Obviously, we've done so much to these cars, but there's still so much left to do. If you'd like to see that, hit that subscribe button. Let us know down in the comments what you want to see us do with these things. I know I want to put a cage in that thing. And if you want to see more in-depth breakdowns of other HiLow builds, let us know as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Whoa.